Deep in the rolling hills of Pennsylvania lies a place where the echoes of suffering still scream through the decaying corridors. This is the story of Pennhurst State School and Hospital, an institution built with good intentions that descended into a living nightmare. And why? Even today, it refuses to let its ghosts rest. Built in 1908, Pennhurst was designed to be a sanctuary for the physically and mentally disabled. It was meant to be a place of care, of learning, of hope. But as the years went by and the facility became overcrowded and underfunded, that dream curdled into a nightmare. The sprawling campus, once a symbol of progress, became a warehouse for human beings. Imagine this: thousands of residents, from young children to adults, crammed into buildings designed for a fraction of that number. Staff were overwhelmed, and a culture of neglect and cruelty took root. Patients were often left unattended, tied to their beds, or confined to metal cribs for days on end. The air was thick with despair. In 1968, a groundbreaking television expose called "Suffer the Little Children" blew the lid off the horrors within. The footage was shocking: individuals rocking back and forth, neglected, and living in filth. The reporter, Bill Baldini, famously described it as the shame of Pennsylvania. His report was a wake-up call to the nation about the appalling conditions inside institutions like Pennhurst. The expose sparked outrage and led to one of the first class action lawsuits of its kind on behalf of the residents. The legal battle raged for years, but the evidence was undeniable. The courts ruled that the conditions at Pennhurst violated the constitutional rights of its patients. It was a landmark decision that set a precedent for disability rights across the country. In 1987, after nearly 80 years of operation, the last patient left Pennhurst, and its doors were finally sealed. But closing the doors didn't silence the building. Almost immediately, stories of paranormal activity began to surface. Trespassers, urban explorers, and eventually, professional paranormal investigators all reported terrifying experiences inside the abandoned asylum. It seems the immense suffering that soaked into the very walls of Pennhurst left a permanent scar. Today, Pennhurst has been partially repurposed as a haunted attraction, but many believe the real ghosts are still there. Investigators report hearing disembodied screams echoing from the empty wards. They've captured EVP's electronic voice phenomena of children crying for their mothers and aggressive male voices telling them to get out. Full-bodied apparitions have been seen stalking the long, dark hallways. Objects are thrown by unseen hands, and doors slam shut on their own. One of the most active areas is the Quaker Building, notorious for housing the most aggressive patients. Here, investigators often feel an overwhelming sense of dread and have been pushed, scratched, and grabbed by invisible forces. Another hotspot is the Mayflower Building, where many children lived. People report hearing the sounds of children laughing and playing, only for it to turn into heartbreaking sobs. They see small shadows darting in and out of rooms, a ghostly game of hide-and-seek that never ends. Is it just the building's dark history playing tricks on the mind? Or did the decades of pain and trauma create a powerful vortex of spiritual energy, trapping the souls of those who suffered within its walls? The asylum may be closed. The spirits of Pennhurst, it seems, have refused to leave. Their stories, their pain, and their presence serve as a chilling reminder of a past that should never be forgotten. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the darkness of Pennhurst. If you found this story as chilling and important as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more dives into the world's most haunted places. Stay curious and stay safe.